Hello guys, welcome back to another Division 2 video. Today, I'm gonna be breaking down a very powerful build for you guys. So this is a Striker tank DPS build that I recently put together, and I was just thinking, Striker is easily the strongest gear set in the Division 2, right? So why not set up a Striker build with full armor to add more survivability? Because Striker is such a strong gear set that even if you go full armor, you will still put out great damage. But I didn't just roll all blue core armor for all my pieces. There is one exotic piece that I'm using to add more survivability as well as weapon damage, and I'm gonna explain to you how it works and why I set this build up the way I did. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. So this is the ideal build to use if you would like to solo legendary missions. The survivability is great, and I was honestly blown away by how well it performed in the legendary District Union mission I did earlier, so it worked a lot better than I had anticipated, and I had no problem at all completing the mission. Even after the nerf to Striker that's coming with the next big update, I feel that Striker will still be top dog, so this Striker build should still work very well. And you can use this Striker build for any open world activity, by the way. This is also a great build for Heroic. In fact, Heroic will feel so easy with this build. And for the primary weapon, I'm using the St. Elmo's Engine Exotic Assault Rifle. Now, this weapon will be getting nerfed in the next big update, but it won't be that extreme, at least in my opinion. But for those who don't know or may just be curious, both critical hit chance and damage will be reduced from 20% to 15%, and weapon handling will be reduced from 20% to 10%. So weapon handling will take a major hit, but I think if they were to reduce the critical hit chance and damage to 10%, that would probably have a major impact. But I don't know, let me know what you guys think in the comment section, I'm curious. But what's great about the St. Elmo's engine is its talent and magazine size. However, the mag size will be getting reduced by 10 rounds, so it should have 60 rounds in a mag instead of 70 after the nerf. But this weapon should still be viable. 60 rounds is still a lot for an assault rifle. Okay, so this is a 4-piece Striker build with the exotic Memento Backpack. And what's great about this backpack is not only does it come with all 3 major core attributes, so weapon damage, armor, and skill tier, but it's the talent, kill confirmed. I know many of you may already know how this talent works, but for those who are new, I'll briefly explain. So enemies you kill drop a trophy on death. Collecting these trophies will give you a short and long-term buff. The short-term buff you receive will scale with the number of core attributes you have equipped. So since the Memento bag comes with all 3 major core attributes, by default, you will be getting 5% weapon damage, 10% bonus armor, and 5% skill efficiency. So since I have 6 blue core armor attributes, I will be getting 60% bonus armor for 10 seconds, which is super helpful with survivability. And the long-term buff, on the other hand, will increase your weapon damage and skill efficiency by 1%, as well as your armor regeneration by 0.1% for 300 seconds, so 5 minutes, right? And this caps at 30, so at max stacks, you will have 30% weapon damage and skill efficiency, with roughly 3% armor regen, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. And just for your info, in case you don't know, collecting trophies will reset the timer for both the short-term and long-term buffs. So now, I'm using the Striker vest with this build, but a Fenris group with the Obliterate talent is another good option. However, I highly recommend using the Striker vest because it will be increasing your max Striker stacks from 100 to 200. And since this is an all-blue core armor Striker build, having the Striker vest will help greatly with your damage out. Thanks to the talent, press the advantage. However, the stacks that you get from this talent will be reduced from 200 to 175 after the nerf that's coming next update, I believe. But correct me if I'm wrong in the comments though, because I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, for the attributes, ideally, you want to have critical hit damage and critical hit chance rolled. I just have weapon handling rolled on mine from the lack of a better piece, but critical hit damage and chance will help increase your overall damage. For the holster, 1-piece Cheska to help bring up my overall critical hit chance. Anything 40 to 50% is a good range. Okay, so before I show the stats, I'll briefly show you the attributes of my gear pieces. So just add critical, hit chance, and damage where you need to if you'd like to get similar stats to mine. Just remember that critical hit chance caps at 60%, so be mindful. And once you reach somewhere close to 50%, you should start focusing on adding more critical hit damage. For the stats, 52% critical hit chance and 137 critical hit damage on the St. Elmo. For the secondary weapon, I'm using the rock and roll named ACS-12 shotgun. This is a lot better than the normal ACS-12 shotgun because it comes with the talent Perfectly Extra, and this talent will basically increase the mag size by 50%. And by having magazine size rolled as my third attribute, this will only help further increase it. I recommend using this weapon as your secondary weapon, especially if you're going to be using the striker vest, because it will help build up your striker stacks very quickly. And getting to 200 stacks without the ACS-12 shotgun isn't an easy task. So yeah, I recommend grabbing this shotgun, and all you need to do is simply fire this weapon at the enemy to increase your stacks. Then once your stacks are full or decent, you can switch back to the St. Elmo and enjoy the damage increase. Just for those who don't know, because I do get asked a lot on how to build striker stacks. For the skills, the ballistic shield is great for protection, and if you're running solo, you can either go with the reviver hive in case you go down or a decoy. I like using decoy because it helps distract NPCs and buys me time to reposition. Okay guys, I'll quickly go over the pros and cons of this build while showing gameplay, and one of the major pros of this build is the survivability aspect. Having the Memento Backpack plays a crucial role in survivability. However, one downside is having to collect those trophies initially to build up those stacks and get the benefits of it, as well as building up your striker stacks. So you won't be dealing out an insane amount of damage right away. However, it's not too difficult to build your stacks. In this legendary Roosevelt mission, I actually got full Memento stacks after clearing this first section. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Prajna, and I hope you found this video helpful. If so, then slash the like button, and if you're new to the channel, welcome to the family. And to all you guys who have become a member to the channel, thank you so much. I love you guys. Also, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and see you in the next video. Peace out.